guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As always, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for swinging by. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name's Jenny and I really appreciate that you're here. So for today, I am going to be showing you guys exactly what I did to get this look. What do you guys think? So if you're interested in seeing exactly what I did, then please keep on watching. I'm going to prep my eyes using my brand new Laura Mercier concealer. This is the Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer. And the color that I'm using is 2W. So I don't bring the concealer all the way up to my brow because I'm going to actually blend it upward. I feel like I always do the same thing. Like I'll start with a brush to just be all fancy. And then I'm like, who am I kidding? My finger is so much easier. I'm going to go ahead and set that using a loose powder. Today I'm going to be using the Col-lab loose powder. This is the Set the Stage Ultra Fine Loose Powder. It's dirty. Just make sure that before the powder goes on, there's no little lines of the concealer, because honestly, once you set that in place, if you have little lines, it's not going anywhere. Now we are ready for eyeshadow. I'm going to be using several different palettes, but the first one is going to be this TARTEIST Pro palette. I'm going to be going in with this color Bold, and we're going to use that as our transitional color. This color is pretty light. I normally like to work my way up. I like to always start with like a light color, start building some warmth, some depth to the eyes. I'm going to be going in with this Pro Fresh color right here, and I'm going to start to blend from the outer corner in. Now at this point, I barely have any product left on the brush. I'm going to start blending the eyeshadow upward. And on the outer corner, I'm going to sort of wing it out a little bit. I'm going to pick up a little bit of this color right here. It's called Chic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that color to blend out my edges. So I'm going to do this very lightly. And all I'm doing is like right where the eyeshadow ended, the one that we just placed, I'm going to go over it a little bit with this color to blend it out and just make it look much more seamless. If you're a little unsure as to where to stop at the outer corners of the eyes, I would just tell you just drag the color out past your eyebrows, because you're going to clean that up. It really doesn't matter. Now I'm going to go back in and mix Fierce and No Filter. By the way, if you push your head back like this, so I was like this and now I pushed my head back, you expose the eye a lot more, so you'll be able to see exactly where you want to put the eyeshadow. So I'm feeling like I want the colors to be even a little bit more plum or like a little more berry, so I'm going to go in with this really pretty color here. It's called Maud, and I'm going to go ahead and add this to the crease, and I'm going to blend it upward. I'm going to go back to that color that we had used previously, Chic, because I want to blend out some of my edges a little bit more. So for our cut crease, we're going to be using a flat concealer brush and some concealer. What I like to do is I like to get my concealer and place it on the back of my hand and just use that. I'm not going to bring it all the way to the end because I only want like half my eye or a little bit more than half my eye. The end, we're going to darken that up, so I'm just going to go ahead and blend it outwards. Not really too perfect, and with my finger I'm going to blend it out. Now for the color of the crease, we're going to be moving on to another palette, and it is this cutie patootie that I got, I think it was last month's BoxyCharm, and I mean, My Little Pony, really, this is so cute. I'm going to be using this really pretty purple color for our cut crease. And I'm going to be using more of a flat brush. It's still a little bit fluffy, but it is a little bit flatter so that we pack on the product better. God, look how beautiful that is. Can you guys see that? And I was thinking about spritzing some setting spray on it to make it pop, but I mean, I don't even feel like I have to. Look at that. So now I'm going to go in and darken the outer edges of the eyes. To do that, I'm going to use this really pretty dark, this is like a very plum color, so I'm going to use that. I think it'll look really pretty with the purple we already added. And I'm going to pack that on the outer corners of the eyes. Then I just blend inwards so I can blend it into that purple shade. I'm going to be putting on the GISELLE #1 Huda Beauty Lashes, so I will be right back. So now to wipe underneath my eyes, I'm going to be using the Neutrogena makeup remover little towels. So moving on to the face now, yay! I'm going to be going in first with this new Cover FX blurring primer that I got in my BoxyCharm. I'm going to place this all over my face. Oh, we want to hide them pores. Nobody wants you here, pores. Go away. For today's foundation, I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This foundation is amazing, especially for my oily girls. This stuff is really good. So using my damp beauty blender, I'm just going to go ahead and pat this all over my face and down my neck. So now moving on to concealer, I'm going to be using the Mercier Flawless Fusion Longwear Concealer. Now I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and just blend everything out. I'm going to go in with the little baby beauty blender. I'm so cutie. And I'm going to go with the loose powder, which is the Col-lab one. I just pick up a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean like a lot. I am gonna bake for a little bit. I like to bake because I really do feel like it helps with the creasing underneath my eyes. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna go in with my little powder puff and I'm going to pick up that same powder and I'm going to press this onto the skin. I'm doing this because I have oily skin and so this really helps the makeup stay in place. I have oily skin and I'm from Miami, so you could only imagine the struggle here. Now that the face is completely set, I'm gonna work on my bottom lash line. I'm gonna go back to the Tarte TARTEIST Pro palette. I'm gonna go in with this Pro Fresh color and I'm going to go over the bottom of my lashes. So I'm gonna go in with the color No Filter. And now this time I'm using this Pro Shader brush from Sephora. So I'm going to be using a couple of things to bronze up. Lately I've just been mixing a bunch of things together. The first thing I'm going to be mixing is the HOOLA Benefit Bronzing Powder. Now this stuff is amazing. I just feel like lately it's been a little too light for me. I actually just also got this in my BoxyCharm. It's a contouring and highlighting palette. So I'm going to go in with this color right here, mixing it with the HOOLA Benefit Bronzer. Tap twice and then I'll do like the same thing. So that's how I mix it. I like to start with my forehead. And I'm leaving the center part of my forehead with the least amount of product. That's the part that we highlighted, so we want that to be brighter. It's really important that you really get into your hairline. My scalp is a little lighter than my skin or my face because I tend to peel there a lot. I have eczema. You really want to make sure you work it into your hairlines. I'll go as far as getting a brush that's a little denser. The one I was using was very fluffy, and I will put product on my hairline. So now I'm going to go ahead and bronze up the sides of my face, start to create a little bit of a contour, and this is just going to bring the dimension back into my face because we were looking a little pale. I'm trying to have a very light hand, pick up just very little at a time and tap it. Once I feel like the product has gone onto the skin, then I'll go into circular motions. All right, so I'm feeling like I want to like clean up a little bit to give me a little bit more of a sharper look to my contour. For right now, I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna go in now with a different combo. I know, so many combos, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna go back in with the HOOLA bronzer, and I'm going to mix it with the Sephora Pressed Powder Foundation. This one is in Neutral Toffee Caramel, number 56. Right now, I grabbed a little bit of the powdered foundation and I just went over it on my forehead, a little bit on my chin. Now I'm going to also do a little bit on my jawline, down my neck a little bit. Now using a very fluffy brush, I'm just going to dust away powder that we had put. Okay, so moving on, I'm actually gonna go in with highlighter, of course. The Anastasia Amrezy, highlighter. This stuff is amazing. So I'm going to be using a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to go at the high points of my cheeks, and I'm going to drag that out. Gosh, it's so pretty. And then I'm going to blend that out. I mean, are you guys watching this? So now with the little tiny bit that's still left on the brush, I'm just going to put some on the temples of my forehead. So I'm going to put a little bit on my nose, nothing crazy. I'm going to actually also put some on the bottom part of my eyebrow. I feel like that looks so pretty. Put a little bit on the inner corner of my eye. Now we're going to move on to blush. I normally really like a pinky type of blush, which is why this one's perfect, because it still has like a little bit of like a sheer sort of pinky color, but it's not too much. It's not overwhelming. I'm putting that on the apples of my cheek, and I'm just swooping it upward into my contour and into my highlight, just blending everything together. So now I want to wipe off that loose powder that we had under our eyes. I know I left it there for a long time, but I really feel like it helps with my creasing. I want to bronze up my face a little bit more. Sometimes when I use powders to bake, like how I put the powder on the sides of my face, it can tend to give me a little bit of a lighter cast. So sometimes I just go back with a little bronzer. I'm just using the HOOLA Benefit one, and I'm just slightly going over everything to give me a little bit more color. Now I'm going to go in with some mascara. This one is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. I always put mascara with my false lashes because I just feel like it makes it look so natural. It sort of binds the false lashes and your lashes together. Okay, so I'm going to go very, very, very carefully. I'm going to go over the lash line on the top, and with a black eyeliner, I'm just going to go over certain areas where the glue dried up a little bit white instead of clear, because I did use like the clear glue. So I just go over and hit those areas where I feel like I can sort of see like that clear, or I could see the band. Should have done that before mascara, but I just realized it now. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I add a little bit more blush? I feel like it's the perfect amount of blush for real life, but when you're filming a YouTube video, you always have to put like a little bit more than you would. So it's like this weird feeling of going against all the rules. Moving on to lips, I'm going to be using this MAC lip liner, WHIRL. Still one of my favorites. It's like old school, but I love it. And what I like to do is I like to outline my lips, but then I fill them in. For lipstick, I'm going to be using this NYX. The color is LIPLINER number 3. It's just like a really pretty nude. I recently just got this. So I put this on the center, and then with my finger I blend it out. So pretty. To finish it off, I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty lip gloss. This stuff is amazing. I'm totally addicted to it. I like to wear it like every day. It's just so pretty. Alrighty, and to finish off, I'm gonna be going in with the Wet n Wild All Day Wear Setting Spray. What I like to do is while the setting spray is still on, sometimes I'll go in with my beauty blender and just blend that onto my skin. I feel like this helps me blend everything together just one last time. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix my hair, do something with this craziness, and I'll be right back to show you guys the final look. Alrighty guys, so I am back with my hair looking much more presentable, feeling like myself. So this is the final look. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more like it, because it's a little strange. So they don't do as well on YouTube, but when I ask you guys, what do you want to see more of? To my surprise, I get a lot of you saying, oh, I want to see more makeup, but they don't do as well on YouTube. So I just don't know if makeup videos are just more saturated. I don't know if I'm not tagging them right, but anywho, I'm definitely going to try to make more makeup videos. So give me a thumbs up to let me know that you liked it and that you want to see more like it. And yeah, this is pretty much it. I will see you guys in my next video. Love you. Bye. Side of the palette. I'm starving. Dude, my neighbor, one of my neighbors is like straight up singing so effing loud.